You are looking at right now is AI running completely locally on my MacBook with no subscription at all, and I don't even need an internet connection. As you can see, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi and it still works. And the crazy thing is that you can run models that perform similar or even better than some of Claude's or OpenAI's models completely for free. A big misconception about local AI is that you can only run tiny models that are only good for math problems or simple answers like what is the capital of Sweden. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up, what it is, why it matters, and how you can choose a good model that fits on your hardware. The best part is that the setup is so easy that even your grandma could do this. So let's get into it. Okay, so before I actually show you step by step how to install local AI on your computer, we need to get some concepts out of the way. So first of all, what is local AI? Right now, you're probably using Claude or OpenAI's ChatGPT. And this is cloud-based AI and basically everyone uses it right now. So, how does it work? If you're using Claude or ChatGPT right now and you type a question, that question will be sent to a data center somewhere where Claude's and ChatGPT's AI models are running. The AI model in the server will answer your question and then send back the answer to your computer. So the actual AI and intelligence does not live in your computer, it lives on the server. And this basically is cloud-based AI, which everyone uses right now. With local AI, the AI model actually lives in your computer. It utilizes your hardware. So when you type the question, the AI model running on your computer will answer the question and send the answer right back to you. And nothing ever leaves your machine. You don't need an account, you don't need an internet connection, and you don't have to pay anything. It's completely for free since it is running on your computer instead of that data center. Now that you know what local AI is, why does it matter? Because I think most people will hear this and go, well, I can just use my $20 Claude or ChatGPT subscription. And I thought the exact same thing before I discovered these use cases I'm going to briefly tell you about, so that you understand the possibilities and opportunities with local AI. So the first use case is with OpenClaw. And by this time I think everyone has heard of OpenClaw. But if you have not heard about it, it's basically an AI living inside of your computer that has access to the mouse and keyboard just like you. So you can tell it to do tasks that you otherwise would have done yourself, and it can do literally anything. You can basically have an employee that works 24/7 for you, answering emails, managing tasks, and running automations. The thing is, if you run OpenClaw with cloud-based AI like Claude or ChatGPT, your API costs will run very high. But if you use it with local AI instead, it will be completely free. So basically you can have an employee for completely free if you run it through local AI. The second use case where you can utilize local AI is with coding. Everyone is coding right now with Cloud Code, but you have to pay for that. I've got a full video where I show you how to connect local AI to Cloud Code so that you can code for completely free. The link is in the description. The third reason why you should use local AI is privacy, and I think this one is kind of underrated. If you're working with sensitive documents or anything you wouldn't really want to upload to a random American tech company's server, local AI is honestly the only way to use AI without sharing your data. And the fourth reason is that it works completely offline. On a plane, on the moon, if a zombie apocalypse would happen, you can still use it without internet. Before I show you how to step by step set this up for completely free, I need to explain one more concept for you. Okay, so this part is the most important one to understand in order to run local AI for the first time. And it's also the same reason why some computers are dramatically better at running local AI than others. It all comes down to understanding RAM, VRAM, and unified memory. And I promise, once you understand this, everything else will just make sense. So let me give you a simple way to think about it. Your computer has a CPU which utilizes RAM memory. Think of the CPU as the brain and the RAM as the brain's multitasking bandwidth. When you, for an example, is opening a bunch of Chrome tabs, your CPU is utilizing the RAM memory to keep everything running at the same time, so you can just switch between the tabs. Then you have the GPU, which is like the computer's muscles, and the muscles cannot utilize the RAM, and instead it uses VRAM, which stands for video RAM. And when it comes to local AI, VRAM is the decider on how large a model, the muscles aka the GPU, can carry. The more VRAM, the better the model, so you want as much VRAM as possible. The only problem is that it's very expensive, at least if you buy regular Nvidia graphic cards. But this is where unified memory comes into the picture, which is what every Apple computer has ever since the introduction of the M chips. Unified memory means that the CPU and the GPU shares the same memory, which you could probably have guessed by the name. And this is a complete game changer. Now, why is it better? Well, it's because it's a lot cheaper. And that's why a $1,000 MacBook Air can completely destroy a gaming PC, even though the gaming PC seems a lot more powerful. Now it's time to set up local AI for you. So the tool we're going to use is called Ollama. And before I show you how to install it, I want to quickly explain what it is, because I think it helps. Basically, Ollama is the tool that we use for everything local AI, to download the models, to talk to the models, to give us a good interface, and to manage the models. It's all completely free and open source, and it's available on Mac, Windows and Linux. So let me show you how to install it, because it's very easy. So go to ollama.com and then press download, and then download it for whatever system you're on. So I'm going to download it for Mac OS. And then after that, you're basically done. After you've downloaded it, we can verify that it works by opening the terminal and then typing Ollama, enter, and then here you can see that we get some commands and stuff like this, so it works. And now you're done with the installation. Now we have to figure out what model we can run on our system. So this question a lot of people get stuck on. What models should I run on my system? So if we click on models, we can see that there's a bunch of different models on the Ollama site that we can download and run on our system. But the question is, which one should you run? So let me quickly explain to you what all this number means. So if we take Gemma 4, which is Google's open source local AI model for an example, we have a bunch of different versions. And all of these versions are basically compressed to different sizes, as you can see, 9.6 gig, 7.2 gig, 9.6, 18, 20 gig, in order to fit different systems. So naturally, the largest model will be the best performing. However, they are very good at compromising these models nowadays, that the 7.2 gig version will perform quite well. How do I figure out which model to run on my system? Let's say that I want to run Gemma 4 on my system, and I have a MacBook Pro which has unified memory, meaning that the RAM and VRAM is shared. And remember, VRAM was the crucial part that decided what model you could run. So, since I have 16 gigs of unified memory, that means that I have 16 gigs of VRAM. This means theoretically that I can fit a model up to 16 gigs on my system. So as you can see here, the 9.6 gig version would work, the 7.2 gig version would work, and the 18 gig version would not work, since it's larger than my available VRAM. Now, if there was a model with the size of 16 gigs, that model may not work on my system, because there's also a lot of other stuff running on the system, meaning that the 16 gigs that I have will not always be available only to run the local AI model. So if you have 16 gigs of VRAM, I would suggest you to always take a slightly slimmer model. In this case, if you have 8 gigs of VRAM, I would suggest you to run Gemma E2B. If you have 16 gigs, I would suggest you to run E4B. And if you have 24 gigs, I would just suggest you to run the 31B model. If you got a gaming GPU with only 6 gigs of VRAM, which is pretty common, I would suggest you to run Llama 3.2, which is Meta's open source model. And as you can see, the largest version is only 2 gigs, so that would fit perfectly on your graphic card. So if you want to utilize the local AI in order to code, I would suggest you to use something like Qwen2.5 Coder or DeepSeek Coder, which is optimized for coding basically. Now that you know how to choose a fitting model for your system, I'm going to show you how to actually download a model and running it on your computer. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to use Gemma 4, and I have a MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of unified memory, meaning that the Gemma E4B model, which is 9.6 gigabytes, will work completely fine. So once you've chosen a fitting model, and in my case it's Gemma 4 E4B, you can just copy the name here. Then you can open the terminal, and here you want to type Ollama pull, and then you can paste the name and then press enter. This will start downloading the model to your system, and after this you can just run it. Alright, so once the model is downloaded, it will look something like this. And then in order to run it, you just type Ollama run, and then you paste the model name and then press enter. And then it will load and it will start the model. Now the local model is actually running on our computer, and I will show you quickly that it works. So I can type what is 2 times 2. That should be 4, right? Then press enter, and as you can see, the model gave us the right answer. But this interface is not as nice as people are used to. So what you can do instead is that you can launch the Ollama app, and then press new chat, and then you just select your model. So if I look here, I can find my model, which is Gemma 4E4B, and here I can type the same question. What is 2 times 2? And this time we can type plus 5. That should be 9, right? And then if I press enter, you can see that we have a much nicer interface. This looks just as using Claude or ChatGPT. So as you can see, it fought for 2.2 seconds. And the answer is 9. So now we actually have local AI running on our computer for completely free. And if you want to hook up this model to Claude Code in order to code for completely free, I have a full tutorial in the description. Now that you have local AI running on your computer at home for completely free, when should you actually use cloud-based AI and when should you use local AI? Honestly, it depends on how much VRAM you have. If you only have like 8 or 16 gigs of VRAM, honestly the models will not be that good. But you can still run them, you can still play around with them, and you can still learn a lot. So it's not useless at all. However, if you invest in a Mac Mini with lots of RAM or an Nvidia DGX Spark with 128 gigs of VRAM, you can run some pretty serious stuff that honestly can compete with the cloud-based models. And you can create some pretty cool stuff if you can hook it up to OpenClaw or Claude Code and have it running autonomously 24/7 for free. But this of course will run you anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, and there's no ceiling. But here's the thing I keep coming back to. What we just run on this MacBook Pro with only 16 gigs of RAM is truly impressive. Only a few years ago we would have needed a serious server rack just to get this running. But now it's possible on a simple MacBook Pro. How fast things is improving is genuinely kind of wild. So just imagine what you can do in 1, 2, 3 or 4 years. It will be truly amazing. The people that understand how to use local AI right now and how to utilize it will have a real head start once the technology just keeps getting better. That's why I think it's the absolute best time to get into local AI right now. Not because it's perfect, because it's clearly not, but because it's already good enough and it will only get better from here. So if you start now, you will have a head start. Right after this video, I suggest you to download your first model and try it out. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe.